Hello, my name is Rekutsko, and welcome back to the Duenkhy. I'm so sorry that you guys have had to wait so long for videos to be kind of back on track, but I promise that now that all of my craziness of my last class is done, I can actually take a moment to finally do something about it. And that means that there's going to be more content coming your guys' way. So thank you for being patient. I really do appreciate it. This time of year always gets super duper crazy. It's January, it's the start of a new year, trying to get everything back on track. But I'm going to stop talking about that because we should get back into the story. Because apparently it's not Kristoff's fault. Kristoff sighs, an action that feels oddly human coming from him, and rubs his temples as if I'd forced him talking about something insultingly stupid. And then a muscle relaxes in his face and he softens. For what it's worth, his energy has been increasingly positive since you invaded our peaceful neighborhood. Some days, I fear he might drop off my energy collecting route entirely. But stress can provoke even the most dormant of emotions. Cassius is not immune to this fact, despite his incomprehensibly unusual anatomy, and from what I've heard through the grapevine, he's got quite a bit on his plate right now. Am I correct? Yeah, he does. Then I submit that he's causing his own emotional distress. For once I had no hand in this mischief. It's saddening that I'm unable to take claim on this particular case, but that's the truth of it. I might benefit from his sudden influx, yes, but I'm not the cause. I see. I measure his words carefully, studying their structures and inflections for any possible indication of falsehood, but as much as I hate to admit it, I think Kristoff is telling the truth. He's the kind of person who takes joy in owning up to their monkey business as if it were something to be proud of, so I can't see why he'd deny having a role in frightening Cassius if he'd actually played any. Kristoff, I'm sorry for assuming that Cassius's recent troubles were all your fault. In all fairness, I can't really say I blame you. I'm not exactly the most trustworthy fellow now, am I? Well, not exactly, but I shouldn't have assumed I know anything about you. There's still a lot about Duenkhy that I don't know. That's to be expected. You should look into alternative food sources, though. Or at least use some discretion with whose misery you benefit from, won't you? Cassius is a really good person. He doesn't deserve to be hunted by you. Haunted. Hunted and haunted. He's both haunting and hunting him. To my surprise, Kristoff actually frowns and falls silent for a moment, seemingly considering my words, though I doubt he actually will. He recovers and returns to looking haughty soon enough, but I feel like I just got a brief glimpse into Kristoff's inner workings. Maybe he's not as bad as he would lead me to believe. Says a human who lives with a life leech. Whatever. I'm still sore for you, mostly eliminating one of my best food sources of nourishment. Whatever, but I'll let you off the hook this time. Shoo now. Don't you have somewhere else to play today? Well, whatever. Instead of wasting effort it would take to ask him how he would know such a thing, he probably picked up it through stalking and eavesdropping. I nodded and waved to him off in one direction, indifferent. I fucked that line up so bad. Whatever, we're moving on. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I'll see you around then. Maybe you will. Good luck, Rekutsko. Hey, that's me. Oh shit! We're already here? The bus drops Cassius and I off at our stop, and that's when the reality of everything begins to sink in. Neither of us knew how many people were to expect, but to our mutual despair, the answer is a lot. The fairgrounds are teeming with people, and the air almost seems to buzz with the sheer activity of everybody present. Some of the crowd is here to eat and socialize, some is actually here to watch the competition, but a distinction is hard to make. All I know is that I feel my eyes go wide at the rows and rows of chairs, and I catch Cassius clenching his hands around the handle of his guitar case. You're gonna be fine, Cassius, calm the fuck down! His knuckles turn a few shades wider, but his keyboard remains parallel to the ground. It'll be okay. He murmurs these words, and I can't tell if they're meant for both of us, or just for himself. But I take any encouragement to do my best to internalize it. Yeah, it'll be okay. We worked way too hard for it to be anything but. A few signs inform us that we will be that all competing bands are to meet up behind the stage, so we follow the direction of the heavy gear in tow. Tow? What kind of tow? Sorry, I'm so dumb. Man, I have a new appreciation for drummers. I can't believe what a nightmare dragging an entire kit all over the place would be. As it is, I'm already fearing for my arm sockets as I lug around a keyboard I practice on Cassius's place. To all the drummers out there, I pledge my solemn respects to you. And I very much do, because I know as a guitarist and a singer, I don't have to lug around all that kind of crap. So, kudos. Beyond the stage, a crowd of musicians is gathered. Some draped over benches or sitting on the grass, but most of them looking just as alert and nervous as I feel. I can't help but wither slightly at the assessing gazes of a few competing bands aim our way when we amble onto the sign-in table. I channel all my energy into spelling Rekutsko Renaud. Renaud? What the fuck? That's my last name? Correctly on the sign-in sheet, but the hot sensation of judgmental stares seems to be burning in the back of my head. I feel like we're being tested already, as if the other participants could look right through us and rate our abilities like objective, measurable things. I mean, it's kind of what happens at, like, any kind of competition, though, yeah? I don't realize that I'm holding up the line until Cassius gently nudges. I mean, that's probably why they were judging us, because I was being stupid. Hey, can I have the pencil now, please? What? Oh, sure. Here you go. Aw, he's such a fumbling mess of stupidity we are. I pass the pencil to him like it's on fire and glance around for the place to sit. Oh shit! This pencil's on fire! The few benches and chairs available back here are already taken, so it looks like we're going to have to settle for standing or sitting on the ground. I'm fine with sitting on the ground. Fuck chairs! Nobody needs chairs! Why the hell would you ever need a chair? I'm sitting on one right now. I'm gonna move on. From the front of the stage, a host is already announcing the name of the first band to perform. At the end of his introduction, four surly looking guys rise and head up the stairs. I know that's not the right way to say it, but I'm going to say it where I want to say it. I watch them get with a bit of secondhand apprehension. Cassius joins me on the ground after he finishes signing in and talking to a coordinator behind the table. We're not scheduled to play for a few hours, so I guess all we can do is wait. Okay. Hey, are you okay? Huh? The question genuinely catches me off guard. He rests a hand on my knee and tilts his face up at me, searchingly somehow. You keep looking all over the place as if you watch for an assassin. Am I going to be killed, maybe? I don't know. Don't be scared, okay? I think we're really great together. And we practice hard for this, so performance will go fine. Take it easy, okay? I know it's easy to freak out and worry about messing up, but like you told me before, don't criticize yourself too harshly. You'll be fine out there. When I imagined what this day would be like in all the weeks prior, I always fretted over the thought that I'd be the one calming Cassius down. That I'd be the one helping him work through the same sudden bout of anxiety or low confidence. I never once thought about the roles being reversed. I mean, but he's more experienced as an actual musician, while we're just kind of like on the borderline of, hey, we can kind of sort of do this. We'll be able to play the chords right, I'm sure, but we're not necessarily as good as Cassius, obviously. So I would expect us to have more nerves than he does. He probably has a little bit of confidence, at least. It takes me a moment to get over my initial surprise, but at length, I shake my head and purge myself of insecure thoughts. If Cassius is optimistic right now, then I can be too. Yeah, you're right. I'll do great. And so will you. Cassius laughs, as gentle and musical as always. Thanks, Cassius. I think I'm alright. I've just never done anything like this before, so I might be kind of jumpy. I understand, but you know, I wanted to say thank you too, for sticking it out so long. Oh god, that sounds really bad. And for helping me keep it together along the way. Oh god, that sounds worse. And for being here with me today. I couldn't have done this without you. I'm sure you couldn't have. I know you couldn't have. You wouldn't have qualified for the member count. I mean, it's just true. That's not what I meant, silly. Ah, yes, silly. Yes, silly. Yes, silly little goof. This time I'm the one who laughs while Cassius is joking. Why can't I not say his name today? This time I'm the one who laughs while Cassius jokingly punches my arm. The force behind it could have hurt a delicate flower, but I feign injury overall the same. With nothing to entertain us but our own raw energy and the sound of first act delving into their first song, we both mentally steel ourselves for the long wait. Moving on. Wow, wasn't expecting that shit. Sorry, excuse me for having to take a drink. You have no idea, or maybe you do, of how much, like, actually reading a visual novel takes out of you when you're sick and makes your mouth and throat go dry. I'm sorry. I just have to do that to keep hydrated. Although listening to the performances behind the stage isn't quite the same as experiences sitting amongst the audience, Cassius and I pay close attention to our preceding acts and end up assessing each one together. This one has a unique style. The song structures are very unconventional, which is good. Is that a good thing? Yes. Can be. Sometimes it makes it difficult for a listener to follow along. Sometimes it breaks the mold and makes for a more interesting listening experience. I think they're handling themselves well. What do you think? Geez, that's a hard to answer. They're definitely neat to listen to, but they're also competition. I mean, they're admittedly good. I hate to say it, but I dig them. They're obviously very talented. They are, aren't they? I thought so too. I mean, it's not bad to be rooting on other people who are competing. That's just good sportsmanship. It feels almost like self-betrayal to admit that one of the other bands have any merit, but I can't bring myself to criticize fellow musicians too harshly either. Most of them are just kids like us hoping for a lucky break and a shot at stardom. I mean, who knows, maybe we will. Few of them are bad enough to elicit snickers from us, but most of them are good. Some of them are great. Overall, I'd say it's stiff competition. And I don't know why I said that so weird, and I shouldn't think of it like this, but I feel a prickly sense of fear creeping up on me every time a new group gets up there and belts out fantastic jams. It's not like I wanted everyone to be bad, because then a victory would feel hollow, but jeez, why do some of them have to be so damn good? Whoever's performing finishes up with a big dramatic chord and allows it to fade into silence, even though it didn't necessarily do that. The crowd's breaking into an enthusiastic applause. Bravo! 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 The host thanks the band for performing, makes up some pointless comments about the cold weather to give the band time to pack up, then announces the next performers on today's schedule. Oh, shit. That's our name, son. Are we really doing this right now? Cassius jumps to his feet, drawing himself up to his full height. I've never realized it before, but I think he's grown a little bit since we first met. I'm still a little taller, but the gap between us feels less. Holy shit, I'm nervous myself. And in pondering his height, finally notice that his buttons are, once again, in the wrong buttonholes. Wait. Your shirt is all messed up. Let me fix it. You can't go up there like that. Fix it quickly. Oh God, calm down. We have a few minutes before we have to be ready. We don't have much to set up to do instrument-wise. Taking him by the collar, I took Cassius closely for the sake of discretion, and made quick work of fixing his misaligned shirt. He doesn't flinch or shy away from my insistent hands. In fact, I'd say he looks a little relieved to have someone else fussing over his clothes for him. Wow. We really have made it pretty far with him. There, all done. Thank you. Let's get going now. He reaches for me with a hand that isn't holding onto his guitar case and touches my cheek in an odd way that I can't really describe as a pat or a caress exactly. I don't have the luxury to think of a word for it either, because we've got to get ready right now. This is the real thing. Am I prepared for this? I guess I'll know once it's over. Did we do good? Oh shit, we're actually going through with it right now. I thought we were just gonna skip to like the end of it or something. Oh fuck! Once we're hooked up to the amps provided by all the bands by the event coordinators, Cassius gives me an enthusiastic thumbs up, and that kicks off our set with an enthusiastic repeating of our names. Oh God, I have to admire him for sounding equally excited about each and every band, even though he has no idea as if their performances will justify such enthusiasm. He's well suited. I mean, if he wasn't, then he wouldn't be a very good announcer, would he? The hot rays of stage lights managed to reach me, even in the midst of cold winter day. I specifically wore layers for today, fearing that my bones would grow stiff from the weather and make it difficult to play, but I actually feel myself breaking out in a light sweat. It's called nerves, dude, chill. The rush of adrenaline is probably contributing somewhat, but I find myself wishing that I could wipe the sticky sheen forming between my face and my mask. Ick. I'll have to wait until I can find a restroom after all this is finished. There's one good thing about stage lights, is that they're just blinding enough for all the judges and audience to look like a distant illusion. Tor and Raphael are probably out there somewhere, but I can't squint long enough to find them. The obstructive view makes me feel more inclined to focus on the keyboard beneath my hands, and I allow familiar sight to tether me to reality. this. The cool touch of the white keys, sight of Cassius bobbing his head to a rhythm just a few feet away. This is a situation I know how to handle. In the midst of my addled nerves, I find a sliver of inner tranquility, hang on to it for all it's worth. Cassius strums the intro to the first song with a firm snap. Before I even really know what's happening, my fingers are moving to form the matching chords. We're really doing it. We're finally sharing Cassius's creation with the world. Pride swells up in my chest, and everything gets easier after that. Just like that, we're already on our last song. It's difficult for me to think about anything other than the positioning of my hands, but during a brief guitar interlude, I steal a look up at Cassius. I always have and probably will always have trouble telling what Cassius is feeling if he isn't making an explicit move to express his current emotion, but as I watch him play, I somehow know intuitively that he's happy. I can read enjoyment in the fluid lines of his body. I can hear a smile in the notes he plays. Everything he strums rings out clearly and well-timed. It could all be in my head, but I almost feel like it gives the song a new flavor. Of course, we've played it very energetically before, just never like this. Never with this kind of pressure, and at the same time, never with this sense of inspiration. Is this what it's like to love something? Are we saying that about the song or Cassius? Everything that happens after we finish our last song comes to me as a blur, as if I'd suddenly gone nearsighted. I lift the keyboard back into its case, feeling shaky and winded as if I'd just run a marathon instead of standing around and playing a few songs. The host steps back up on stage and thanks us for our participation. We thank him in return and set ourselves packing up gear as quickly as possible, which luckily doesn't entail much more than unplugging a few cords and putting our respective instruments back into their cases. Then, right as we're about to leave, we bump into Tor backstage. Raphael's right behind him, as he often is. Oh, but I'm so sorry we have to end it here because I am completely out of time. So, we'll figure out what Tor and Raphael think about us in the next video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. And please click on that little icon right below me in order to subscribe to the channel so that you can get these faster to you. Otherwise, you can go ahead and click on the other videos off to the side there in order to watch other content that I've created. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.